This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view the current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com, or you can call Chantel, who's the owner, at 1-800-844-4099.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, August 3rd, 2007, and this is episode 291 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hodgeberg of MGMstudios.org. On the show today is Len Testa, co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
How's it going, Matt?
Moderately good, Len.
Moderately? Don't give me that. You know, you give the people what they want. Dance, monkey, dance.
Also on the show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio, who's also recording the show again. Welcome back, Mike. Thank God you're back.
I'm back, baby.
Oh, I don't know how you do it. I can't. One show isn't it?
I'm sorry.
And also on the show is Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com and All Ears Net. Welcome, Mike.
Side by side, the flags are flying high. They form a happy rainbow of all nations.
Illuminations.
No. None of you will get this.
Tapestry
Nobody
of
out
Dreams.
there will get it. Nope. None of you will
Muppets.
get this. Nope.
Hold on. What's the worst attraction I can think of? Stitch?
Nope.
Small World.
Nope.
Ice Station Cool.
Nope.
Is it an Epcot?
Yes.
Okay.
Newell's Camera Store.
Mission Space.
Nope.
Is it
Side by
existing?
side, the flags are flying high. They form a happy rainbow of all nations.
Is it an existing attraction?
No, it is not.
Was it like some dedication plaque for like World Showcase?
You're getting close.
Splashtacular?
Nope.
Splashtacular? What? You're making stuff up now.
Splashtacular.
No.
Splashtacular was like in the mid '80s, right, Mike?
No, it was in the 90s, early, mid-90s.
You sure?
Yes.
Splashtacular?
Splashtacular.
Anyway, we're wasting half our show. What's
join
we don't have Mongello
celebrate.
minutes on here. You gotta be out with it. What is it?
Oh, you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Those are the lyrics to to a song that was entitled "No Place Like World Showcase," which was part of the World Showcase parade that was launched on October 1st, 1982. It only took place for about a dozen times, and they decided it wasn't working, so they scrapped it.
Wow.
Tapestry of Dreams, same thing, difference.
Wow.
It was probably the predecessor to Tapestry of Nations.
Well, Ice Station Cool was really close, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. I think you get bonus points for that.
Quick reminder that on Sunday, August 5th, is our next live show. Be sure to tune in from 8 to 10 p.m. All the details about our next live show can be found at www.today.com, so check that out. And on today's show, we're talking about Len's Wild Weekend.
Woohoo!
I don't think there's any purple hotels and helicopters this time, though, Len, are there?
No, there are 3 different hotel reviews, though, including the new digs over at Grand Floridian.
Oh,
If
there goes
Grand
Hojo.
Yeah, I didn't film it this time because I brought my daughter Hannah, so it's another father-daughter
Ooh,
trip
father.
with Hannah, and that's Hannah in the background.
Oh, is that
So Hannah and I wake up bright and early at 4:30 a.m. on last Friday, and we drove the hour and a half to Raleigh.
beef
catch
jerky?
No beef jerky. It's before 7 a.m. It's tough to digest beef jerky. We were in the A group on Southwest, and we got to pick our own seats, which was great. We got to Orlando around 9:30 and picked up our dollar rental car. Everything was great, and we arrived. We went to the Animal Kingdom. So I think we talked about this on Wednesday's show. First thing we did in Animal Kingdom was get fast passes for Expedition Everest, and this was like around 10:30. So of course the first thing I did is call Hochberg and say, "Now what is it that I'm going to do for the next 3.5 hours?" Because the fast passes weren't good until 2:05. I'm like, "Well, we're not going to be here at 2:00. There's nothing left to do." So we went immediately on Collie River Rapids and just got soaked. And I was rocking the old school Mickey poncho, the yellow one with the hood.
That's the
useless.
That's the preferred. That's the well, it's not. It's the non-preferred poncho to puke in, as Christina pointed out. It's
Yeah,
not-
that's right. That's right. When she was mistaken for a heroin addict, right? She had the Skull Mickey one. But I had an extra one, not the same one that Chrissy puked on. And and I was wearing it, and it didn't matter. It was just completely irrelevant. We got soaked. In fact, we got soaked. Hannah was wearing a poncho as well, and she got soaked. So we after that we went to Pizza Fari, and to tell you how uncrowded Pizza Fari was, that very back room in Pizza Fari, we had the entire room to ourselves.
Really? Wow.
So we had that all to ourselves, and Hannah was splashing me with water while we were eating lunch because she said it didn't make a difference because we were already soaked with Pizza Fari.
How cute.
I know, it was great. We did the character trails at Cape Mini Mickey. We did not wait in line for Pocahontas because it did not sound appealing to Hannah. We did go to Conservation Station, which was interesting. When we went to the petting zoo and...
Did you do Flights of Wonder?
No, Hannah didn't want to do Flights of Wonder. We tried.
I guess that runs the family. Dawn doesn't like it.
Dawn doesn't like Dawn doesn't like birds, and Hannah doesn't like birds. But it was just brutally hot.
Wow,
It was
hot in Animal Kingdom? Who'd have thunk it?
Gee.
I know. It was just oppressive heat. So we decided to leave there and head over to the Grand Floridian to see if our room was ready. And it wasn't. But the interesting thing was when we were staying club level at all the resorts for the entire weekend. The interesting thing was when we checked into the gate, they had wired ahead, I guess, or not wired, but radioed ahead. They had used the wireless, as Scopa would say, to communicate ahead that someone who was staying club level was coming up. So somebody actually met us at as we got out of the car, because I valet park whenever I'm at a deluxe resort.
That's how you roll.
And what?
That's how you roll.
That's how you roll.
Yeah, it is exactly how I roll.
Cart.
So somebody
Wait, was it the Hyundai that you got this time, or the?
It was the Dodge Caliber.
Kia?
Thank you. It was the Caliber. I actually reserved the Hyundai, but they upgraded me because I ran a dollar.
In Tesla. Do you know who I am?
I'm Lou Mangello. Do you know who I am? I mean, the license says Testa and all, but that's my nom de plume. So we get there like at 1 o'clock and the room isn't ready, and we were staying 4th floor, Club Hall, and so we ended up waiting till like 4:15, and Hannah had a tremendous headache, I think from the sun and from just the stress of being up since 4:30 in the morning. So she was just by 4 o'clock she was just in tears. So the concierge of the Grand Floridian was very, very nice, and she actually let us in the room without giving us the keys, and so we took just a short 5-hour nap. Till like
5-hour nap?
Short 5-hour nap. And
That's how long Scopa sleeps.
For most people, that's called going to bed. But for Hannah, it's a nap. So we got up around 9 o'clock, and went back out, and it was a lot of fun. Then the next morning we checked out, and we went over to the Polynesian. Oh, we went to the Magic Kingdom, and we did Space Mountain. We did Space Mountain, and here's my first gripe. We get to Space Mountain, right, and 3 of the Fast Pass machines aren't working for Fast Passes, but they've uncovered them like they're working, right? So here's my thing: why does Disney not, 5 minutes before the park opens, send a cast member through with a test ticket to ensure that all the Fast Pass machines are working? Why don't they do that? I don't understand. It takes 10 minutes to test all of them. So because of that, huge bottleneck opened up at Space Mountain, and then they didn't open Space Mountain right away, so the line was almost all the way back to Astro Orbiters. Wow. So we ended up getting fast passes for that, and then bailing over to Big Thunder Mountain, we actually went to Buzz Lightyear first. We went to Buzz Lightyear. There's no wait on Buzz Lightyear, and I actually met Robert Feeder from the Chicago Sun-Times was there, so we hung out with him for a little bit, and we went and rode Big Thunder. And after Big Thunder, we went to Splash Mountain, and again, operational issues. So there was an issue dispatching the logs, so that we're waiting in line. No one's telling us anything. Finally, one of the cast members comes up to like somebody 6 rows down from us. We're literally the next people to go on the ride, and there are other people stuck in the stalls with us, and they say, it's going to be 45 more minutes until we can get the ride running. But they don't make an announcement. They don't tell anyone anything. So we bail out, and we go to Pirates. But on the way to Pirates, Hannah wanted to get her hair wrapped. So we got her hair wrapped.
How much did that set you back?
What?
How much did that set you back, the hair wrapping?
Like
Come on, Len. We know it was you who wanted your hair wrapped.
How many hair to wrap? It's like $2 an inch. So I think for Hannah it was like $24, plus you got some beads and stuff. Looks really good, though.
That's it? $24?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And then we
Of course, I don't know if that's a good rate or anything because I don't get my hair wrapped. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you normally get?
They have to pay Matt to have his hair.
So we did that, and we walked around for a little bit more. Oh, we ate lunch at Pecos Bills, which was we tried the new self-serve kiosks.
how did that work?
It wasn't bad, except you can't order hot dogs there, which is very odd. Isn't that strange?
Uh-oh.
Where can you get hot dogs at Pecos Bills?
Pecos Bills, it's on the menu, but it's not on the what do you call menu? It's not on the touchscreen menu.
I wonder why.
You're like, what's the difference? But we had that, and then we walked around for a little bit more. We had some cupcakes over at the Main Street Bakery.
Oh,
Then we built. I know, it was nice. And then we built out to the Polynesian. So I check into the Polynesian. I'm actually two doors down from Steve Seifert, and this was actually the best part of the entire vacation. So it starts to cool off because it's getting ready to rain. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, and Kai, who is Steve Seifert's son, we're on the first floor, by the way.
Tiki-san.
Yeah, Tiki-san.
Son of Tiki.
Son of Tiki-san. So we're actually overlooking. We're facing the Magic Kingdom in the Hawaii building because again, you know how I roll, staying concierge.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we're on the first floor, so we've got the private patio. So Steve's like 2 doors down from me. He's watching his son Kai run around chasing ducks. Hannah, my daughter, is chasing Kai around. I've got Steve and I both have drinks and chips and snacks and stuff from concierge. And I tell you, for like the half an hour that they did that was the most relaxed I've been in months. It was awesome. I mean, the heat was gone. We were just running around chasing the kids and everything. It was just hysterical.
Percocets are a wonderful thing.
I know, really. There's a little hydrocodone for everyone. So, I mean, it was just fabulous. It was just so relaxing. And Steve is just so laid back. It was a great trip, but more about that later. So Hannah wants to go sleep on the hammock outside for a nap because we take naps every day. I'm like, I'm not sure about that, Nanny, but go ahead and go lay on it. Hannah falls asleep in the hammock. It starts pouring rain to the point where like the hammock is swaying back and forth. I'm like, well, surely she's going to get up any minute and come in and complain. She was passed out asleep on the hammock. I had to go get her in the
5
rain.
hours. 5 hours.
5 hours. It's raining pretty hard out there, Len, huh? Yeah, she's okay.
I let her in. It was like dripping, but it was those big thick raindrops.
Yeah.
And it was raining for a good 20 minutes. And I'm like, what? I get like, Hanny, come on, Hanny. That was it.
He was out like scoping on a Star Wars weekend show.
He was passed out. So I went and got her. We took a nap, and then we went to downtown Disney for Henny to get some Wolfgang Puck pizza, which she loves. So we ate that, and we went to the Virgin store and got some CDs and stuff. We started watched a little bit of Ratatouille, and then came home and went to bed. And while we were there, actually, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
While we were there, Hannah actually lost her Nintendo DS, and I have a great story about that.
Oh.
So we get up the next morning, and we go to Typhoon Lagoon, and this is where Sunday was like the best Disney day I've had in a long time. So we get to Typhoon Lagoon at like 7:20, and Hannah and I are literally the first family there because it's extra magic hours at Typhoon Lagoon. And one of the cast members walks up to Hannah and starts talking. Where are you from? Is it your first time to the park? And and
Do you know who I am?
Mangello's daughter. I mean,
Luisa Mangello.
and she said, we've been to Disney World before, but we've never been to Typhoon Lagoon. And the cast member said, would you like to be the big kahuna today? And Hannah's like, I'm not sure. And I'm like, no, you want to be the big kahuna. Trust me, you want to be the big kahuna. So Hannah gets to be the big kahuna for the day, and she gets a medal that says the big kahuna. She got 2 dozen free donuts, 2 dozen free donuts from the.
He says water parks like free donuts.
I know. She gets a refillable mug, and the refillable mugs have barcode scanners on them now, right?
And they're
yeah.
It's called the Len Testa policy.
It's the mark of the beast. So we get a tour of the park. We get photo passes at the wazoo. We get to on all the big rides first. We get on Crush and Gusher first, which was great. And we get our own private little beach area. And Hannah gets to pick the size of the waves of the wave pool. So she set them to bodacious, which is the biggest setting. It was like radical, tubular, and bodacious. So Hannah said bodacious. So we go on Crush.
It's like the speed settings in Spaceballs on the ship.
Ludicrous.
Well,
ludicrous speed.
Awesome. So we go. Have you guys been on Crush and Gusher?
Haven't been on there yet. I'm afraid of the whole Shark Tank over there.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, all of the water slides are a lot of fun. Crush and Gusher, we were on a 2-person raft, but there are hills just like a regular roller coaster, and there are dips and turns and stuff. It was a lot of fun. We also went on some of the body slides and stuff. And it was funny because one of the faster slides, I forget the name of it, but I had attempted to sort of lift my legs. When you reach the pool, you can sometimes hydroplane across.
Right.
So I had attempted to just lift my feet ever so slightly to hydroplane, and it had completely the wrong effect, because what I ended up doing is it ended up catching my butt on the water, and I ended up doing a somersault backflip underwater. I mean, it was, you've seen the guy wipe out in Wide World of Sports? That was me underwater.
In a bathing suit.
And it was funny because that's when I learned they actually have padding on the bottom of the pool. When you went in the wave pool that you hit, they actually have padding on the bottom of it. It's not concrete. It's soft foam, because apparently it happens to so many people. I woke up. I staggered out of there like it was a 3-day drunk. It was. I mean, my nasal sinuses were all clear because water had shot up in there and cleaned everything out. It was amazingly fun. So we did that till like 11 o'clock. And we went and checked in at the Poly around noon, and our room was ready at the Poly. We actually stayed 14th floor, right?
Oh, 11 a.m. I thought you said 11 p.m.
No, 11 a.m.
Oh,
so we actually we went to downtown Disney for a little bit. We walked around downtown Disney for a little bit before that, but there was nothing going on there. We go to Rainforest Cafe for lunch. We get seated, and there's no wait. No one comes to serve us for 15 minutes. No. Let me get your drinks. No, here's a menu. We sit there for 15 minutes. We leave. Here's a tip for all of you management people who are employed by Rainforest Cafe. It's either food or entertainment. You can't do both. Okay, pick one and don't do the other. So
Just don't go to Rainforest Cafe. That was
downtown Disney. It's pointless. I mean, and I was just there because the menu was relatively large, and I figured, hey, I could find something. I would have been happy at Earl of Sandwich, which I think is a much better place. But so go back to the Poly, 14th floor view. I could actually see people at the Contemporary. Sorry, my hand is correcting me already. So we could actually see people from our room. We could see people on the logs on Splash Mountain. It was just amazing, an amazing view. So we took another several-hour nap for that, and then we'd go over to Tiki Fest, and this is where things get interesting. So it's me, Steve Seifert, and his friend Sean from California. Steve's bringing in this 30-pound carved wooden tiki into Epcot. It's like 2 feet tall. He's got it in his backpack. I'm behind Steve. So the security guard looks at it. He's like, "Hey, tiki." He knocks on it. It's wood. Looks at it with his flashlight. He waves Steve by. Me, he's taking everything out of my backpack. He's taking the car charger. He's looking at all my paper paraphernalia.
Should have been like.
I'm like, what?
You know who I am?
You know who I am.
You know who I am.
Oh, funny. It was hysterical. So we're like, well, what's going on? He's like, I thought the guy before you was the distraction, and you were the.
Oh, that's funny.
He was the terrorist. He was the full black, and you were the running back, huh?
Exactly. So we get through that, and then we go to we ride. What did we ride in Indians? We did something before we did Tiki Fest. We did Interventions. We walked through Interventions. Oh, right, and we did Imagination too.
Tell us about Tiki Fest, Len.
So Tiki Fest was great. It started about 6:20 p.m. and we were led, where the entrance to Coral Reef is, right?
Yep.
Actually led around the entrance to Coral Reef and up the stairs to the private banquet area. And Steve had a fabulous spread there. He had you've got 4 or 5 panels of windows, just like you have in the main tank, and you can see all the fish and everything. And the banquet area has got to be 40 or 50 yards long. Wow. It's fairly wide, and it's 2 levels. It had enough seating for 100 people. And Steve had salad, and he had a chicken dish, and he had a steak dish, and he had chicken fingers for the kids. I mean, it's just a great spread. He had all the food was hot, and normally you get buffet food, and it's either overdone or it's cold or whatever. But it was just great. There was an open bar.
There we go.
Steve had prizes for everyone. So I'm joking with Steve. I'm like, finally, a Disney meet that Mangello's not at, and it turns out that Lou had actually sent along a couple copies of his signed book and some T-shirts. So a little bit later on, Steve does a drawing and gives away the book and the T-shirt. So I'm actually talking to the guy who won the book afterwards, and I'm like, I mean, you know why Mangello gives this stuff away, right? Because before he got involved with Disney, he was such a miserable guy. And he was so mean to so many people. This is his way of making up for it.
He was so mean.
And the guy's like, really? I don't know who Lou Mangello is. Is that true? I'm like, no, it's not true.
Wow.
Really, it's not. Lou's a great guy. It was funny because I don't know if Steve told you this, but he actually gave a shout out to us on the podcast when the thing started. He said, Steve Tikiman, Seifert did. So he gets up and he's really nervous and everything, but he thanks everyone for coming, and he says that I'm here from the guide and from the WDW Today show. He actually said he stopped. He said and Len is one of the funniest guys on the show. I'm like, well, wait a minute, one of the funniest guys on the show? what's going on? And so then he launches on about he literally mentioned all of us on the show and
cool.
And everything, and it was great. And then
it sounds like a fun weekend, Len.
Yeah, it was fun. And then after that, we got a private Illuminations party. So we watched Illuminations together. Then Hannah and I walked around World Showcase after that, and then we were pretty much done. Oh, we went to Evening Extra Magic Hours to Magic Game till 1:30. That was it. That was my weekend.
Great. Well, this episode of Walt Disney World Today has been sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view the current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com or email Chantel at info@dvcbuyresale.com. And if you want to find our old episodes, yes, Len?
I want to thank everyone at the Polynesian Concierge for finding my daughter's DS and sending it back to us. Thanks so much.
Oh, cool.
Very nice of them. And before we go today, we got a really amazing email that came in yesterday. It's from Teresa Hui and Jared Crespo of New York, New York. They actually wrote a song about the WDW Today podcast, and we all listened to it, and we think it's amazing. So Newell's going to play it right now, and it's really an amazing song. So to finish out today's episode, we'll have the WDW Today song. If you want to read our show notes, send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Your next vacation time is so far away. You're counting down the seconds every single day. What are you to do? Well, there's one venue I recommend you turn to, where your magic withdrawal will finally be cured. Spend 3 days a week with Super Walt Disney World nerds. You can depend on Matt, Mike, and WDW Today. Oh, WDW Today. Oh, WDW Today. When you are in trouble, you'll find WDW Today. Len will sing Van Halen songs, and then he will provide plugs for touringplans.com and the unofficial guide. If we can dream it, then we can do it. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Matt's still convinced that you move on the hydrolators, and he'd sell Lou Mangello for a box of Wonka bars. When you introduce your co-host tonight, please get their websites right. Even with nervous breakdowns, the words are non-stop. Forget Space Mountain, point him to the camera shop, or he'll just go next to that freaking bush to fill up Mouse World Radio. Dr. Scopa grew up in special than a Dole Whip in the sun. Skip Animal Kingdom and stay at Scopa Towers tonight. Unfortunately, Scopa is right. WDW today. Oh, WDW today. Oh, WDW today. When you are in trouble, you'll find WDW today. They'll send you to Narcoossee's table for two, you'll have fun. Oh, yeah. They'll bulldoze Chester and Hester and rebuild Horizon. Listen on Wednesdays and maybe you'll hear last year's questions. Oh. But that's just part of what makes this podcast the best one. WDW today. WDW today. WDW today. Give them 5 minutes. And they'll give you at WDW today. WDW today. When you are in trouble, you'll find